In this video, we're going to work through extra practice 1 through 4 on page 70. So this is in lesson 3.1. So go ahead and turn there in your journal. All right, so it says in exercises 1 through 4, think of each segment in the diagram as part of a line. So even though we're working with a 3D shape here and they look like line segments, just remember we're going to assume that all the segments are lines that go on forever in both directions. We just don't want to make the picture look too complicated by putting arrows on the ends of everything. In each of these problems, we're going to find which lines or planes contain point B and appear to fit the description. So remember, everything that we go to name in 1 through 4, they have to contain point B. So in number 1, we have to name a line or lines that are skew to line FG. And they kind of highlight line FG for us right here. They show it right here. So remember, lines that are skew to line FG, they're all the lines that are not parallel to, so they're not pointing in the same direction. So they're pointing in different directions, but they will never intersect FG. They're on a completely different plane. And we also need to make sure that these lines that we name contain point B. So I'm trying to find lines that contain point B that do not intersect my yellow line here, but are also not parallel. So it's also not pointing in the same direction. So I'm thinking all the lines that are on that point B is on, there's line AB, but AB is parallel, so that's not going to work. Line BG is not going to work because it touches line FG, so that means it would not be skew. The only one I see, because it's on a completely different plane, is line BC. This will never cross line FG. Now on paper, if you extend it, it's going to cross because it's on paper, but imagine FG is on the back part of this box or this shape, and BC is in the front. So they're never going to cross. So we're going to say line BC is skewed to FG. Now that's the only line that contains point B that is skew. Now we need to name a line that's perpendicular to line FG that contains point B. And so remember, perpendicular means it forms a 90-degree angle with line FG. So here's point B. The only line that's going to form a right angle with line FG is this line right here, line BG. They touch here and they form a 90-degree angle. So line BG is perpendicular to line FG. Now we need to name a line parallel to line FG that contains point B. So here's point B, a line that is parallel, so will never intersect and points in the same direction as line FG, is line AB here. It will never intersect FG, and they're both pointing in the same direction. So line AB. And lastly, we need to name a plane that is parallel to plane FGH. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find plane FGH. So there's F, G, and H. These are all points on the plane. So that's the back of this shape, the back side. Okay. So I need to name a plane that's parallel. So it's never going to cross, and it's pointing in the same direction as plane FGH. So if I kind of am thinking this as the back of the box, you can imagine there's this plane here in the front of the box that will never intersect plane FGH. So I shaded it up here. I just got to figure out how to name this plane. This plane contains point B. Remember, to name a plane, I need to write the word plane and then choose 3 non-collinear points on that plane. So any of these 3 of these 4 points will work. So I'm going to call it plane ABD.